And now I have covered the top and the bottom, and now it's time to go over and play to create a form for the flowers itself. And I'm going to do blue shades with some violet mixed in, and in the bottom section I have marked like this is dark, this is light. So I'm assuming the light is coming from the left, from the right, and the left side is all in dark shades. So I'm just trying to, you know, put some darker tones right now for the flower itself, and let's see how it comes out. And I want to make all my flowers a little bit different than the other one. So I will have some shades common, but still keep some. And even though this shade looks like more green, but trust me, when the entire flower is done, it will come out more as blue, and it's just the way it is. Another thing, when I'm doing my hydrangea, to give it successful foliage with a lot of petals in it, with multiple shades of blues, I try to keep a lot of liquidity in my color mix. So I'm putting in lot of linseed oil and mixing in various tones, but not completely mixing in. So I may have, like in one stroke, I have 2 or 3 different tones within that, which actually gives depth to the darker tones. And whenever I'm doing something which is under, shade, I use darker tones in thin layers. So like, silent shadows, and when I have to do the bright side, I put thick texture paint that just adds more depth to my work. So that's the idea behind thin and thick. And I'm trying to create a variety of tones in blues, even bringing in some of the greens sometimes. Uh, and I'm not afraid to go beyond my pencil drawn line because I'm not tied to it. I'm not married to it, whatever you can call it. I like the pink tones there, so I might add more of that pinks. Even though it's a blue, but I want to bring some variation even under my area where the flower is in shadow. And that just adds more depth. So I think I have done with the darker tones on the flower. On this one is left, so let's do that. Ooh. with that, I will have to pick up another clean brush. That reminds me that I did not mention what kind of brushes I use. So I use Charvin, Gamblin, and Michael Harding oil paints, and my brushes are from Rosemary and Company. And I just love these brushes. They've been used very roughly, but they keep their pointed, their shape intact, even though they have been used very rough. Like, I work in impressionist style, so I go very rough on my um, brushes, but still, they've been very, you know, hard-working brushes, I must say, and they keep their shape intact. Only thing is, yes, you have to keep them clean after every use. So once my session is over, I have to clean my brushes, which sometimes I hate, but that's part of the job. If you are an oil painter, you have to take care of your brushes. I'm doing the lighter and mid tones now, and trying to create distinction between my flowers, because they grow in bunches, like tied to each other, next to each other. So sometimes they look like it's a one big shape, but when you look, they are of course separate flowers. So I'm trying to keep that, even though they are one bunch, but I'm trying to keep them separate by using different tones here. From, you know, the one which is in the middle has more of a middle value. One on the top will have more lighter. These, the top ones, they will have more lighter values. And then light is hitting in between somewhere, then those will pop up. And then I'll use more lighter tones. And in between, when I'm doing my lighter tones, I keep cleaning my brush so that my brush is not very muddy when it's picking up different shades, because the petals are next to each other, so they might pick up the other tones, the darker tones that I have already placed. And when you are doing the edges, what I normally do, because I work in a loose manner, impressionist style, very loose brush stroke. So I bring in my outside or background colors also on the edges. That, what does that do? That just gives more rounded or 3D effects to my flowers. So that is always helpful. And this is the end of my preliminary session. I will come back and do the second coat once this preliminary drawing or preliminary stage is dry. And oil painting takes a couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Thank you. And this is the end of my first stage. This oil painting layer will dry in couple of weeks, and then I'll come back and do next layer. In between I might start another hydrangea painting. I love painting hydrangeas. So until then, I'm just doing some final markings on the edges and some. So that's it.